Hey guys, it's GWR Studios here. Welcome back to more Goofs Found in Thomas and Friends. Today's episode is Not So Hasty Puddings, Season 7, Episode 24, UK Michelangelos. Now, before I start, we're going to go over the first of the episode. Is that beginning title from Thomas and Friends US? Reason why I consider that to be a goof because the title in the US version doesn't make sense to me. Because there is this one version. Someone said, well, the title didn't make sense to me. It said Thomas and the Avalanche. And I'm like, what? There's no avalanche in this episode. It didn't even talk about an avalanche. And if it did, then that would have been a whole complete different scenario. So, yeah, that's our first goof off the bat. But we're going to keep going with this episode and we'll see how it goes. Now, our second goof. Right here we have an old scene from season 1. So 2 goofs already in the episode. That is crazy. Duck, you have slightly wonky eyes. 3 goofs in 1 episode. That is crazy. That is so crazy. Oh, if you look closely at Elizabeth, watch this. She slightly tilts off the rails very slightly in this scene. If looking close at Thomas' snowplow, it is dirty in this scene. It's another goof that I found. Thomas, you have wonky eyes. Also, you have some camera equipment reflecting your eyes as well. And also, your faceplate is dirty. So 3 goofs in 1 scene. Crazy. We found 6 already. Okay, let me see what we got here. Okay, listen to what the narrator says. We'll get back to this later. This is not a goof, but we'll get back to this later. Listen to what the narrator says for now. Remember how the narrator says the silver pudding factory is snowed in? We're gonna come back to this later. Thomas, your faceplate moves a bit. A lot of people didn't see this, but I just saw this right just now. Watch. Yep. If you watch closely, his faceplate moves a bit. Elizabeth, you have a gap between the eye and the face. Also, your eyes are wonky. Now here comes another goof, and this is a pretty bad one, you guys. This is a pretty bad goof. Thomas, this is an old scene from season 6. And because you can see Toby behind him, it's from It's Only Snow. I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw this episode, it was an odd goof why they put it there, so I'm not really a fan of this episode, not one bit. Hmm. Terrence's eyes are wonky in this scene. Yeah, Terrence's eyes are gonna be wonky throughout the episode. Thomas's faceplate is on the loose. Alright, now here's another goof. Thomas forgot the brake van. Okay, remember how I said the soda... Remember how the narrator said the soda pudding factory is snowed in? Well, in this scene, it is clearly not. It is not snowed in. Because if you're looking closely at the scene, the doors are still... Yeah, I'm not buying it. How is the soda pudding factory... How is the snow not covering the soda pudding factory? That is my question right here. That is my question. There isn't a lot of snow to cover the snow soda pudding factory. Now, the narrator said she chuffed. She's a truck. How can trucks chuff? That's an odd goof. Applied? That's a train, not a truck. Now listen. Now if you're looking closely at the scene, this scene. When I was looking at this goof over here, this is not easy to see. But if you're looking closely, there is a platform that's underneath Elizabeth. Now, there's another goof. Oh, wonderful! Thomas brought the brake van right away with him. Yeah. Now here comes another goof. You'll see. Thomas's faceplate is on the loose again. Hmm. Hmm. I think you just found the goof. Hold on, I just saw it. If you watch closely, Elizabeth um flops off a little bit off the flatbed. Wobbles on the flatbed, excuse me. She wobbles off the flatbed very slightly. It's not easy to see, but you gotta watch really closely at it. Hmm. Elizabeth's eyes are wonky in this scene. Alright, those were all the goofs found in. Those were all the goofs found in Not So Hasty Puddings. This one had a lot of goofs, I remember correctly, but this one was really one of my favorite episodes. Well, it had something to do with the music score from Mike and Jr. I will give them credit about the music score. Um, This is really one of my favorite holiday episodes. But there's something to say. I'm not a big fan of the Hartshorn music. For me, it doesn't line up very well with the Thomas and Friends episodes. I feel like they had more intentions to put the Mike and Junior music in with season 7, but I don't know why they didn't fit that in. If I were them, I would have stick with both of them and see how that would work. But yeah, this is one of my favorite episodes from the UK version, and I actually like this version. So yeah, well, I'll hope you enjoy, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.